The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate. Summer is coming, meaning your electricity bill is going to be terrible. What can you do? Also, is real estate seasonal? And is there a better time to buy, a better time to sell? It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead today, but first, the opening statement. It is warming up a little bit out there. You know, the wintertime is really nice around here for you homeowners because the electricity bill goes down. In Florida during the summer, your electricity bill is completely and totally out of control, as you know. When you start talking about $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 per month for your electricity, you're talking about money coming out of your family's pocket that can really impact your bottom line every month. So what do you do? What do you do about that electricity bill? How can we prepare for the summer to where you're not paying $500 or $600 a month every month, and it continues to go up for electricity? I know what you hear all the time. You hear, well, we should go solar. Let me tell you something about the solar companies. There's a lot of issues with the solar world right now. You have to be very, very careful with who you choose. But what you don't hear is a little secret that I'm going to tell you about here just now. You ask, what else can I do to lower my electricity bill? Great question that we're going to answer by asking real questions. Every weekend on the program, we ask real questions to the trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off today with my good buddy, returning visitor from Renewal by Andersen, Dan Brigman is here. Dan, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, Justin.
And for the first time, it is the Dan and Dan show today. Your sidekick, Dan Grundorf, is here. I thought Dan was new or something when I first met him earlier, and I was like, well, how long have you been with the company? I thought you longer than Dan.
Yeah, 10
and
years.
You've never been here.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about this for a second. Yeah. Electricity bills suck. It just does. Every year they seem to go up, and there's nothing you can do to control it as a consumer. Nothing, unless you take the matter into your own hands, and you always hear about solar. But Dan, people are not looking at their windows. The windows are so important when it comes to that electricity bill and conserving electricity. How important is it?
It's super important. You know, about 30% of your energy bill goes right out of your windows that are in bad shape. So you need to take a look at this.
Yeah, I agree totally. And Dan, I'll get to you as well here. So you think about quality of windows, and you can replace your house with windows, sure. You can go to one of these cheap companies and do it. But if you spend money replacing the windows in your house for this purpose, and you buy crappy windows, that's not going to get you very far either. I think the quality of your product is so important.
Absolutely. The quality is very important because if you put something that's inexpensive or cheap, it could actually drive down the value of your home, and it can also cause problems in the future that could cost you more money down the line.
Some of these companies are so obsessed, some of these other window companies are so obsessed with sales, Dan, that sometimes they don't even send someone to your house, number one. And certainly if someone comes to your house, they don't have the technology, they don't have all of this equipment that your design consultants have to really tell me what I need. What does my house need window-wise to make sure it is energy efficient? You guys are killing it when it comes to technology.
Yeah, I think we lead the industry in technology. As a matter of fact, we have all types of things that we do when we come into the house. Our design consultants, they're trained specialists. We give them things such as moisture meters. We have heat lamps. We have things that can gauge the actual moisture that's coming in around the window. We also can tell you what the U value is around that window, how much energy loss can actually be leaving in the form of BTUs. And so there's all types of technology, and you'd be amazed. I've seen windows that are 5 years old, they're double pane, and you know what they don't tell you when you buy double pane windows is how long do they really last. Yeah. And that's important when it comes to technology, and we've got great innovation around that. Our windows are guaranteed to have the same energy efficiency 20 years from the day you buy them as the day you bought them, and so it's pretty incredible.
I always remember in school learning that the earth is made up of how much percentage of water is the earth? Does anyone remember? I can't remember. 75% of the earth is water. It is fascinating when you find out what percentage of your house is actually made up of windows.
Yeah, it's a great point. And so one of the analogies I use, if you were to line up all of your windows in your home and you to put them on all together, they'd equal one whole side of your house. Yeah. And so that's pretty incredible, because you think about the hot sun we have here in Florida and how much that is hitting on that window all day long. And most of us have felt those hot and cold spots in the house, and we wonder why that AC is turning on and off all day long, driving these ridiculous energy bills.
Yeah. So Dan, whenever a design consultant goes out to your house, they are equipped with a lot of technology where I can actually see what these windows are going to look like as well. Because yes, energy efficiency is super important, but for someone who owns a house, they want it to look pretty, and they want it to look pretty if they ever decide to sell their house down the road as well. I love that your people, when they come into the home, really can show me everything and show me my options and show me what it's going to look like.
Well, the great thing is we do have options. We have multiple color options, and our design consultants they have an iPad with them that has augmented reality. So you could take a shot of the house, you can move it around, you can change the colors of the windows and doors. You can actually walk through the doors and open the windows right as they're there on the screen. It's pretty amazing.
And Dan Brigman, a lot of people talk about, well, it's expensive to replace all the windows in your home. Of course we hear that. And yes, if you're going to replace every window in your house, it's not going to be cheap. But because Renewal by Andersen has so much power in the industry and so many great relationships with financing companies, you hear about interest rates skyrocketing and all this sort of thing, you've been able to keep the interest rates so low for people. And then when you start talking about that monthly payment and you offset it with what you're saving on an electricity bill, it becomes a no-brainer.
Yeah, of course it does. And I think sometimes I like to say the most expensive thing to do is nothing. Yeah. And because you will pay for these windows over time. And so when you talk about that energy bill and the percent of that bill, that can range anywhere from 25 to 30% of that energy bill. So when you do the math, you're talking about, if you've got a $300 or $400 energy bill payment and you're saving 30 to 40% of that because you replace your windows, you can do the math. And these windows essentially over time will pay for themselves.
And you can do the math as well. Think about it. If you own a house and your electricity bill is going to come down significantly, the payment is going to be offset by your savings on the electricity bill. It's really a no-brainer oftentimes. QR code is on the screen right now. All you have to do is take out your phone. It'll connect you directly with Dan. He will send one of his design consultants to your house. This is a no pressure, no obligation. It doesn't cost you anything. Let's see what's going on with your windows. Maybe you don't need to replace them today. Maybe you need to replace just a few today. Or maybe we do need to look at an entire house replacement of your windows. QR code again on the screen, or call 407-205-0400. And the financing is great, obviously. That makes a huge difference for people. But you also have something for our viewers coming up, and you said this is something you've never done before.
Yeah, I always talk about something special that I have, and I'm always amazed what our COO and our marketing team comes up with, and they come to me, and yeah, this one's going to blow your mind.
All right.
We've never done a combined offer where we're going to give you 20% off the project, and we're going to give you, along with that, a 24-month no if you choose to use that plan. We have other plans you can still use with that, but very seldomly would we ever combine that, and this one's never been combined.
Unbelievable. It's never happened on this show either. First time ever. I like it a lot. And Dan, let me ask you a question too about your design consultants, because here's what I've always been very impressed with when it comes to Renewal by Andersen. When people call someone in the trades, a contractor, roofing company, whatever it is, to come to their house, sometimes the people roll in like an old pickup truck and it's scary. I'm sorry, it is. This happens sometimes where it's scary when you invite some of these contractors into your home. They're coming into my house, going to be looking around in my house, especially if you're a woman, it can be scary. The design consultants that you guys have hired are so unbelievably professional, so unbelievably well trained. How have you gotten such a great group?
Well, our name speaks for itself. We have people wanting to join the team, which is great. But we really have become selective and really vetted everybody we can vet and background check everybody, and we make sure the homeowners are safe. And then when we train them, it's all about the experience and the homeowners experience overall.
Yeah. You've trained a few sales teams in your day, haven't you?
Yeah, I sure have. And we pride ourselves on our people, our process, and our product, right? And so culture is everything at Renewal by Anderson here in Florida, and we hire nothing but the best.
That's true.
Yep.
Great job as always. Great to see you. Great to
Damn.
meet you, absolutely. And thank you to Renewal by Anderson as well for helping sponsor our golf tournament the other day. It was great to have you guys out there, all benefiting the Blatantly Honest Foundation. A lot of money was raised thanks to Renewal by Anderson. Here's what we will do, a very quick break. When we return, what is on the real estate market right now as You Have Real Estate continues.
So Ryan, not only did you literally change, I don't know, our yard. I'm spending so much time outside. He is too. I mean, he can't even get off the putting green ever.
I've already
but
gotten yelled at.
Well, you know what? It could be
That's
worse
the other
places.
problem, though, Ryan, is I got yelled at for having a bad backyard until you came, and now I'm getting yelled at.
Now we can't get him inside.
Because I just want to have a golf club.
Well, you know, we actually have this amazing way for me to come get to you and find you out on the putting green. So pavers, talk to me about the pavers, because when we originally met, I was like, Ryan, I want some cement, I want some whatever it is. I really want that in there to just kind of like change it up so it's not just turf.
Yep. Yeah, so the travertine in this case with turf strips is a very good option for something like that. It's a very elegant look as well. Yeah. We can do pavers or travertine in this scenario like this, to where you have the strips. And it just creates a nice little pathway.
It really just elevates the area, and it looks classy, it's rich. And then we talked about my little dead area over there that we're still working on. I'm gonna put some mulch back there, but you did these bricks, why?
So the brick is a nice little landscape border. It also defines a bed at the same time. And it's not something you're gonna have to replace.
No, I love it. Our yard is just, I don't know, so elevated. And this one's already talking about doing extra projects, so.
I can't help it. I mean, and because it looks so good, you just automatically think, okay, I could do this and that, and I think you should. And again, Ryan, you and I always talk about it. We live in Florida. You know, we're not in Nebraska. We're not in Boston. We spend a lot of time outside. The outdoor areas are so important to the resale value of the house, but maybe more importantly for us, like the enjoyment of our home.
Yeah, exactly. It's really about enjoyment more than anything. That outdoor living space is huge.
I agree.
Well, we love our yard. Stella does too. And it's dog friendly, which is huge, especially for us, because I mean, we're at her home too, and she's just wandering out. She loves it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I think we're at her home.
Yes, yeah, we are. Definitely. Well, Ryan, thank you for literally changing our home, for making it more beautiful. I'm very happy. I feel like you and Justin are going to be golfing literally in more ways than one.
No question about it.
So.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I didn't say that.
Whatever.
That was me opening.
Do yourself a favor and call Delaturf if you're looking to elevate your space. Really, they can walk you through anything. I mean, they can do the pavers, they can do the bricks. Your dog will love it too. Call Delaturf today.
Welcome back to the show. I'm often asked, is real estate seasonal? Is it better to buy a certain time of year, better to sell a certain time of year? And I'll be honest with you, I don't know the answer to that. I've asked a million people that, and I don't think anyone really truly knows that answer. But let's ask some real estate professionals here to my right. Dallas Lehman, the owner of You Have a Mortgage. Hello, Dallas. How are you?
Hey, Justin. Great to be back.
Real estate agent to the stars. Tai Phan is here. Great jacket.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
The pants, too, are outstanding, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Tai, let me start with you.
Yeah.
How seasonal is real estate?
That's a tough question to ask, because it's
That's why I started with you.
Well, I appreciate that. No, it really depends on the buyer and the seller, and it depends on the end goal, especially for buyers, right? I get asked the question all the time, is this a good time to buy? Yeah. And I always respond, it really depends on what you're trying to do. Sometimes it's good to go ahead and buy because the interest rates are low, or sometimes it's good because property has dropped, and it's a good time to do like STRs and LTRs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Dallas? I mean, is there a certain time of year where mortgage applications are spiking versus other times of year?
Well, it sort of mirrors a little bit of the real estate industry. A lot of times people like to buy houses in May and June when the schools begin to start and people are looking for a certain school district where they like. So a lot of times they will move to an area where they think a school district is better for their children. So other than that, it's pretty much the same for mortgage though.
Got it. What are rates looking like right now? Are we on an upswing, downswing? We've got a war now. It's been a little bit of a weird couple of months, I would say.
I've got to tell you, rates right now are outstanding. We are anywhere, depending on the program, there's many programs. National average will find you anywhere today between 6 1/4 all the way down to 5 3/8 depending on the program. And of course we can get lower than that. But right now it seems that there are a lot of people buying homes. They're taking advantage of this time of low rates. They really are. It's a great time.
And even if the rates are not what you want, or even if the rates are not what they were 2 years ago, Ty, what I've seen is that it's, maybe you wouldn't call it a buyer's market, but the buyer certainly has more power now than they did a couple of years ago. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of contracts where maybe the seller is even contributing to buy down the rate.
That is true. I mean, I was taking a look at the 7-day statistics not too long ago, and it looks like we have 7,500 homes being listed right now. Almost 10,000 homes are price being dropped right now too as well. Is that right? Yeah, so I mean, and then 7,500 homes are being pending, so you should see the statistic go up a little bit, but it's definitely a good time to buy right now because prices are being dropped.
Would you label this market a buyer's market, seller's market, or in the middle?
I would say it's heavily leaning more towards the buyer side, but that's going to change really quick because inventory is going up. Yeah. So that's going to change the demand a little bit.
Got it. What do you think interest rates for the rest of the year? What do you think?
Well, I think they're only going to get lower. I believe in May or June we're going to replace the Fed chairman. I think that's going to help quite a bit actually, and I think the first move they will do is that person will lower interest rates. It has nothing to do with politics. Yeah. It's just that they have to get in there and do it. And quite honestly, right now in Florida, we've been doing the show now for 8 years. We've done over 300 episodes, and I've got to tell you, one thing does not change. Regardless of interest rates, people are still moving to Florida from all over the country and all places northeast and south. So, I mean, it's really, Florida is a very strong community. The rates are just fine in Florida.
What do you tell a family out there or an individual who has been renting for a long time, maybe been in the same rental house for 4 or 5 years, and they're kind of afraid to make that next step into home ownership? They're afraid maybe, I'm scared of the responsibility, and I'm scared that maybe my credit's not good enough to qualify for mortgage. Let me start with you, Dallas. What do you tell that person?
Well, you know, there's a very good book that I read, and they said that this person is a very, very well-known person. I'm not going to quote the book, the author, but the author said there is no path to personal wealth until you buy your first home. And the reason that is you start building equity in your money and the value of that home. So when I see that people are renting it really, and especially a younger person, to throw money away on rent, let's just pick an average. You're going to throw anywhere between $25,000 to $45,000 a year on rent. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that person, you can be moved out of that rental property at the whim of the landlord. 2 things as a young homeowner. Buy the home now. Whatever it takes, buy the home. Mm-hmm. Start planning for your future, your wealth and everything else. Best thing you can do, best decision you can make.
Yeah. What do you tell them, Ty?
I tell them you don't know what you don't know. So you have to talk to a professional like Dallas Lehman here to give you the true number. People think I need to stay within this price range. What you need to stay within is a comfortable mortgage payment, and you know what that equates to. So unless you actually run a soft pull or a hard pull with Dallas Lehman here, you could potentially lose a chance to own your very first home.
Speaking of owning your first home, this is a good one for someone as well. This is down in Kissimmee, Ty. Mm-hmm. Santosh Cove?
Santosh Cove.
Tell me about it.
2620 Santosh Cove. It's in Kissimmee, right nearby 192, only 9 miles away from the Disney parks. Mm-hmm. This is on the Veranda of Palms community. The beautiful thing about this community, it is LTR and STR, long-term residential and short-term rentals. So you can do Airbnb or you can do long-term rentals. And this property itself has a proven track record of constant books. This March, this April, they're all fully booked.
Already?
June, July are half booked. So it's a constant. So if you want a vacation home, and while you're away, you want income to come in, this property has a proven track record.
How does that impact me as an investor, having the ability to LTR or STR?
It gives you flexibility. I mean, when we look at real estate, we say real estate all the time. You can always make money and earn income in real estate, depending on that. So if you don't want to do STR, because it's a constant upkeeping, obviously longer, right? You can do LTR. And as you get someone paid a mortgage rent, your appreciation of your house goes up as well.
Most definitely. Tai Phan, always good to see you, pal.
Likewise,
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Dal, welcome home.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
He's been away for a few days.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that very
Only
much.
gained 2 pounds, though. I'm impressed.
You look good, man.
Only gaining 2 pounds on vacation is equivalent to losing 10 when you're not on vacation, if you ask me.
The camera helps.
Good to see you. Here's what we'll do. A last quick break. When we return, you have Real Estate Contained. I'm attorney Justin Clark. We have saved millions of dollars for people with their student loan debt, but things are changing. Is now the time for you to get rid of your student loan debt as well? Call me now. You have power. We'll continue our debate as to whether or not real estate is cyclical, and if there are different times of the year that it's better to buy, if there are times of year it's better to sell. And again, I still don't know the answer to this. I've been searching for it for a decade or so. Let's ask Elisha Lopez, Real Broker. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Is there a time of year that it's better to buy, time of year it's better to sell? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Everyone hates this question, by the way, just saying. I'm sorry in advance.
I don't hate it. So it's a yes and a no.
Oh, yeah.
So like obviously we're in Florida, and it's always a great time to buy and to sell because no matter what, our pricing here in Florida is way better than most of the country. But the spring market, it's just typical that it's when the buyers started like coming out from hibernating in the winter and they want to start seeing properties, purchase property, so they're in the summer and ready for the next school year. Mm-hmm. That's pretty typical. Everybody's just been waiting forever, and I think everyone's fed up with waiting, and now, there's always something now with the war and inflation, right? All these things but I've been noticing the last 2 weeks is everybody's just like, I don't care anymore. We got to buy.
It seems like for first-time or second-time home buyers, it's very easy for them to be paralyzed by different things like you're talking about, a war, rates are up. There's always an excuse in some ways for not doing it. And it's very scary to me that someone will sit out there for years and years giving their rent money every month to someone else to make money off of when you're not getting any equity whatsoever. I mean, what do you tell that person, the first-time home buyer who's still renting right now? They're scared. What do you tell them?
They're paying for something. Why not pay for something that's going to benefit your future instead of the landlord? Sorry, landlords. But it's the truth. I mean, there's always going to be landlords, always going to be tenants, and there's always going to be buyers. But why not be the one that you're helping to secure your family's future? Yeah, and you hit on a great point earlier in the Florida market compared to other places in really throughout America, California, New York, Connecticut, anywhere you look. If you compare our prices, even though they've gone up significantly in the last few years, like it has everywhere, if you compare them to other states, I mean, even Texas, I think. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible because, like, I have a friend in Texas that he's a real estate broker, and their, like, entry-level average price is almost $425. And you like the same home there, as you compare it to Ocala, it's like $225,000 to $250,000. It's pretty incredible, and they're always like, "Wow, you get all that for that price?" Yeah. It's pretty wild. If you compare Orlando to Ocala too, huge difference there. Yeah, still between 43 and 46% is kind of where it averages out. That it's cost less to own in Marion County than it does to Orange County. How often are you seeing people from the Orlando area moving to Ocala? All the time. Yeah, it's a big deal, right? And businesses too. Like I have another friend that has a fence business, and he's in Orlando as well, and the majority now of his business is in Ocala. Yeah, I mean, people are coming to Ocala from all over, and every single study, it says it's one of the fastest growing real estate markets in America. It's been that way for years now. But where are you seeing people come to Ocala from? South Florida. Okay. And of course, Central Florida, and then you always have the Northeast. But we have been getting an influx of buyers coming from California. That's been happening the last couple of years because of whatever's going on over there. But always the Northeast. That's always the typical. Everyone always talks about John Travolta's plane. I don't even know if this is a myth or if this is real. Does John Travolta really have a place in Ocala with a plane? Jumbo Air is the community, and he has his plane there, and I actually know his personal chef. Is that right? Yes, he used to be a realtor, but then he ended up getting that full-time job. Oh, wow. That's a good gig. And everybody always says they see him around town. I have yet to been able to get that selfie, but I will. So he spent some time in Ocala. He really does.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Elisha, always great to see you.
Thank
If you'd
you.
like to buy a house in the northern Florida area, Elisha's for you. QR code on the screen. Thank you to our great guest and crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.